Sean Diddy Combs, a spectacular fall from grace for the one-time richest rapper in the world. He's facing charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Before we talk legal strategies, federal charges, or potential prison time, we need to face the core of the story, the behavior. Because what prosecutors are looking at isn't just crime, it's a pattern of abuse. Today, we're going deep into what Diddy's accusers are actually saying. Their stories are disturbing, but critical to understanding what this case is really about. Cassie's lawsuit, filed in November 2023, wasn't some vague accusation. It was a 35-page account of a 10-year relationship filled with violence, coercion, and manipulation. She alleged that Diddy raped, beat, and trafficked her during their time together. The lawsuit claimed that he forced her to have sex with male prostitutes while he filmed the encounters, and that he regularly pushed drugs on her to keep her sedated and compliant. One chilling line from the suit reads, "Over the course of their relationship, Mr. Combs controlled Ms. Ventura through a combination of enticement, intimidation, violence, and drugs." She described being punched, kicked, and dragged out of vehicles. She also said she was not allowed to leave hotel rooms alone, and that he would often destroy her phones to isolate her. The case was settled within 24 hours, quietly, with no statement from Diddy or Cassie. Legal insiders speculated the settlement was fast-tracked to avoid pretrial discovery, which could have unearthed even more damning evidence, including texts, videos, and deposition testimony. The speed of the settlement raised a new question. What was Diddy so desperate to keep private? Cassie's lawsuit opened the floodgates. Since then, at least 5 more civil suits have been filed, each bringing new allegations from both women and men. The similarities are hard to ignore. One woman, listed as Jane Doe, filed a federal suit claiming Diddy raped her in 1991 when she was just 17. She alleges she was drugged inside a recording studio and woke up disoriented. Her complaint states, "He told her no one would believe her because he was powerful, and she was a nobody." Another plaintiff, a music producer named Lil Rod, claimed that Diddy ran a sex trafficking ring and that he personally witnessed women being drugged and used at parties. In his own lawsuit, he says, women were offered to high-profile guests like property. They didn't have a say. In a separate case, a woman claimed she was flown to Miami for what she thought was a modeling job. Instead, she was taken to a hotel suite, given unidentified pills, and allegedly assaulted. She said hotel security refused to intervene. A former bodyguard, in an anonymous affidavit, claimed he was told to monitor certain women and prevent them from leaving rooms during private events. He said, "I saw a girl screaming and crying in the hallway. I was told to move her and not ask questions." And then, there's a former male dancer who says he was harassed after declining Diddy's sexual advances. According to him, "After I turned him down, my work stopped. My bookings dried up. It was like I didn't exist." These accounts span from 1991 to 2019, crossing cities like New York, Miami, and Los Angeles. They involve hotels, recording studios, and private jets. The one thing they share? The description of a world where Diddy was the center, and control was the currency. These aren't just stories about sex or bad breakups. They're stories about power, coercion, and fear. Many of the accusers were artists, dancers, assistants, young people chasing dreams. And Diddy wasn't just a partner or a boss. He was a gatekeeper. Saying no wasn't just hard, it was dangerous. Several lawsuits describe threats, both implied and explicit, about what would happen if they spoke out. Some were paid to stay quiet. Others were blacklisted. In these environments, the luxury didn't empower them. It caged them. They say they were watched, monitored, moved between cities, phones taken, bank accounts frozen. This wasn't chaos. According to them, it was systematic. So how does this behavior translate into legal exposure? Because under US law, sex trafficking isn't just about smuggling people across borders. It includes using force, fraud, or coercion to compel someone into sex acts. If even a fraction of these allegations are substantiated, they open the door to serious federal charges, especially when multiple victims, drugs, and interstate travel are involved. The behavior described here, surveillance, manipulation, and forced sexual activity under threat, fits the federal definition of trafficking. That's why federal agencies like Homeland Security are now part of the investigation. This isn't just civil litigation. It's the potential groundwork for a RICO case, one that frames Diddy not just as a predator, but as the head of an organized operation. What's also worth noting, the silence. No major artists have come forward to defend him. No public shows of support from the industry. Not even casual Instagram likes. Because people in the business have heard whispers for years. They saw assistants vanish, parties go dark, and settlements appear overnight. Now that it's all coming out, that silence has turned into a wall of distance. Some are staying quiet out of fear. Others, guilt. We'll break down how prosecutors build these cases and why Diddy might be more vulnerable than anyone thought. What do you make of these accusations? And why are so many people only speaking up now? In the next video, we take all of this, the behavior, the structure, the silence, and show you how it fits into a legal framework that could take Diddy down and why it could be the endgame. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of this story as it unfolds, hit subscribe.